Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and hello to all my new subscribers. It's been over a month since I posted my last video, but that's because I've been very busy and I did get sick for a while. Somehow I contracted strep throat and scarlet fever, and so I also had an allergic reaction to the antibiotic they put me on for that. So I was kind of down for a while. So I'm really excited now to be bringing you some good news. I officially been accepted into the Salis, Pennsylvania College of Optometry, and I will be starting in the fall. So today I'm just going to talk about my experience throughout this process and just why I want to be an optometrist, just to give you some more background information about this part of my life. I know I pretty much talk mostly about my cruising activities and traveling adventures, but I would just like to share this part of my life. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's Fur, and I'd just like to welcome you to my channel. I've been blogging a while about my traveling adventures, my fitness journey, and my pursuits towards a career as an optometrist. This is going to be my supplemental channel, and I'd just like you to be a part of my journey. Thank you for stopping by, and please subscribe. All right, so first and foremost, I'm definitely going to give all thanks and glory to God because He has kept me this whole time. A lot of people don't understand is when you're pursuing a degree or like even entrance into a program for medicine, whether it's optometry, dentistry, med school, there's a lot of intense science coursework you need to take, and there's a lot of times where you may doubt your abilities or just your performance just because of how you may do on a test or in school. And it can take a while if you get setbacks, like, do I keep moving forward? Where do I go next? And so it's been, there's been some dark times along this process because I initially started pursuing entrance into optometry school in 2012. And so now it's finally the moment I've been waiting for. It's finally here, and it's exciting, and it's incredible, and it's like, of course I had faith in myself, of course I believed I can do it. It's just so surreal right now because it's like, wow, this is finally happening. Like, the fruits of my labor are finally here, and I know the hard work's not over, but I'm just so ready. Like, I'm ready to move forward with my life. I just turned 30, and so this year has been great in spite of some crazy things that have happened already. Like, this is, I couldn't have asked for anything greater than this. So I'm working out the next steps to getting ready for school. School starts in about a month from now, a little bit more than a month. So I'm grateful that I got that much time to kind of prepare. So I'm looking at loans, grants, and other ways to pay for school. And right now I'm focusing on getting my matriculation fee that's due 7 days, I think, from Thursday. I got accepted on Thursday. So 7 days from that day, I need to mail them my $1,000 fee. And so it's a very expensive journey too. This is not easy. Like, this is not cheap. I interviewed with three schools, and each of those interviews, except for the one for this school, were at least like average $500, just because you have to pay for a round trip ticket, hotels, a rental car if you need one, and then your other expenses. And so it's not cheap, deciding to pursue this or go around this route. But I wanted to interview at all the schools I received invites to, just because I wanted to just see, just experience it, see how I felt about it. And I'm really glad I got accepted into this school, because this school I felt connected more with my family guests, and it's a solid school. I have so many mentors that I've known since 2010 who graduated from this college and go on to become successful doctors in North Carolina. And so this is exactly where I want to be. Even on my interview, we went into an area where in the eye clinic they had suites, and I saw all the names of my former mentors. It was incredible. Like, I'm so excited to be going to this school. And it's close to my family that's on the East Coast. And my sister just moved back over to Virginia. So I'm excited to be in the area, to be around a good support system. I don't know anything about the school's about, I think, 20 to maybe 15 minutes outside of Philly. So I'm looking at apartments now. So if you guys have any idea of good places to live in that area, just let me know below. That way I'm doing my own research, but it's always good to get people from like the local area, their input. So anyways, let's get on to I initially started to pursue a career in optometry back in 2012. I was working for an eye doctor, and I was working in a call center. He had like about 13 offices, and so we took all the calls from all the locations. And at that time, I was just able to listen to patients and hear what their concerns were, hear kind of what they needed. And so I noticed that there was a gap in between the doctor to patient communication. They weren't really understanding why the doctor may have decided to treat them in a certain way, or why they wanted a certain procedure done. And I was always able to explain to them the importance of it. And so my first degree is in public health education. And so I decided to go back to school and finish that first degree. And so when I graduated from that degree in 2012, that's when I started to move forward with my post-bachelorate work. And so in my first degree, my primary focus is public health education. So it's important to me to make sure that I'm an advocate for my community. And my graduate paper I was able to focus it on access to eye care providers, and it really helped me to see that there's a lack of access to providers in rural areas, and to, of course, communities who are very disadvantaged. So that's my focus area. That's where I want to perform most of my care. Now, moving on to the post-bachelor degree, that's pretty much just a second undergraduate degree, except for with post-bachelorate work, you can skip around classes. You don't have to go in a certain sequence, and they're more flexible with you. So I took a lot of graduate coursework during my post-bachelor because I didn't want a graduate degree. I just wanted certain courses that focused mostly on neuroscience, because I liked physics. I started initially in college as a physics major, and I decided I didn't want to go that route because I just didn't want to get a job in that area. So it's great that I'm back to where I started, because a lot of optometry is physics and understanding how the mechanics of how the eyes works with vision, optics. So I was really good at that in college, and it's easy for me to understand because I love math. So anyway, so after working for a couple of, like about 4 years in the call center, I transitioned into a tech position, and I did that for a year with corporate retail, and then I went on to ophthalmology, where I got to see the disease-oriented part of optometry, after optometry, well, not so much optometry, but like just ophthalmology in general. So optometry, in my opinion, focuses on like preventive care and treatment and management of disease, but we really try to focus more on the preventing the disease from getting worse. In ophthalmology, they do a lot more treatment focus. And so I would see a lot of patients in the ophthalmology clinic I worked at that had suffered effects from long-term disease, systemic disease like diabetes, and they didn't manage it well, so it revealed itself in their eyes. And glaucoma, just from hearing senior citizens or people who have lost their sight say, I wish I would have done this differently. That really inspired me to focus on optometry, because I think at that point I was still on the fence of whether I wanted to go to med school to be an ophthalmologist or go to optometry school. But I think we were discussing, there was one patient, and we were discussing a case where the patient pretty much had to have their eye enucleated, which means they lost their eye. And that made me really sad, because I want to be part of the sight preservation industry, and I want to focus more on preventing people from losing their sight. So once I was pretty much settled in that, I was able to switch back to optometry as a technician, which I do now. And the job I do now, I really love, because I do a lot of primary care, but I also have been exposed to the whole sensory motor aspect of optometry, and how your sight can be used. So that's the best way to communicate this. Okay, so I've been exposed to how we can use lenses from your glasses to manipulate your world and to treat sensory motor problems that you have with your spatial awareness. And I want to do a lot of that as well. So I'm so blessed and excited that everything I've done has led to this point. And I'm so focused. Like, I know exactly what I want to do when I graduate, what kind of work. I want to do like preventive care, but I also want to focus with like part of the community for vision development. That's important to me as well. So that's about, I know it's a lot of information, but I'm just sharing to you what basically everything that's going in my head, because there's like 1,000 things going all over the place all the time. So I try to focus in so I can, do one task. But basically, I want to give back to my community and help those people who are disadvantaged have access to care, as well as just change someone's life. Like, a lot of people have head injuries from like strokes, car accidents, and their life is ruined. They might look normal to you, but their symptoms are like they just can't focus. They can't do the work they always did for years. They can't remember things, can't recall things. And that usually causes them to just break down because they're disabled now. But to you, they look normal, but they're pretty much disabled. So I've been observing how the doctor I worked with now, how she just changes their lives just with like lenses and using prism and lens tints. That's important. And also with the primary care doctor that I work with as well, just how she's communicating to people with systemic disease, like the importance of managing your medications and not skipping them, and just doing the retinal photos that some of you, if you've been going to eye doctor for years, they always ask you about retinal photos. Do the retinal photos. They're so important. But I understand that, and I want to be able to communicate that more. So I've been working on starting on a YouTube channel just for eyes, because I've tried to do videos here, but I think I'm going to focus it. I'm going to start another channel just for eye care topics and communicating different things to you all. So anyways, I don't want to be too long, but I just wanted to share that I got accepted. And so I'm working on the next steps. But if you are a student or someone pursuing entrance into optometry school and you want to know about like my interviews and other things, I'll be happy to make more videos. Just let me know if you want me to do it below, because I won't bother, but if you really want to know, I can give you the information. But anyways, I'm getting ready to go out and hustle because I have to get that $1,000 by next week. And so I'm going to do one of my little side jobs. I think I'm going to do Postmates today because they have a $300 bonus feature if you do 30 deliveries. So I'm going to get that money. But if you want to donate to my journey or of cause, whatever, you don't have to. But I mean, if you want to, you can. I posted my PayPal donation link below in the description box. Anyways, thank you all for your support. Thanks for joining my channel. I'll be posting some cruise videos, getting ready for the solo cruise getaway that we have planned in 3 weeks. So Shara and I are definitely going. I haven't heard back from anyone saying that they are going, so I don't know if you are booked, but definitely communicate that to me or Shara before the 27th. That way I can have something special set aside for you. Anyways, thank you so much for subscribing, and I will be in touch with you all later. Bye.